everyone, my name is Desola. I'm a fashion designer and you are welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Daisy's Wardrobe. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're an existing subscriber, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. If you've seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so and put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer based here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I've been in business for over 10 years. So here on my channel, I talk about starting a fashion business, starting a ready-to-wear business, being a fashion designer, all things business, all things fashion, and sometimes, once in a while, I talk about my life. So like I said, I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer. I make my designs and I sell my designs right here in my store, and that is what I've done for over 10 years. So in today's video, I'm talking about how much would it cost you to start a fashion business in Nigeria. So I'm going to talk about Nigeria. I don't know about any other place. I run my business here in Nigeria, and that is what and where I have experience in. So, because I've been in this business for a while, I've been kind of like a little bit oblivious to certain things, and I stumbled upon something literally a few days ago, and I was like, wowed at the rate at which things cost. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my goodness, if there was someone like me 13 years ago who wanted to start a fashion business, how would they start? Because when I started, I was still working. And after I started, I kept on working for a few months before I left. Even now, as in, it's ridiculous. I'm still in shock. So the basic things that you would need to start a fashion business, regardless of whether you are getting a store space, regardless of any of that, but just the basic equipment that you would need. The sewing machines, the weaving machines, sometimes the dress forms or the mannequin. Dress forms are those ones that have no head, and there are different types of dress forms. Then we have the mannequins. I have some on my back there. Then we have the tailoring supplies, the scissors, the chalks, and tape measures, and thread, and all those things. You know, those are the ones that I normally focus on. They're the ones I normally pay attention to because I use those ones more often: the threads, the tape measures, the chalk, the scissors, and those kind of tailoring supplies. But when it comes to machinery, I have managed to I don't really buy machines as often because I take care of my machines very well. They are serviced regularly, and you know, I've had them for quite a while. I've changed the ones that I needed to change at different point in times a long time ago. I'm aware that price of sewing machines have escalated over time, but I didn't realize that some other things were now really expensive. So currently, if you want to buy a sewing machine, an industrial sewing machine, depending on the type that you want to buy, you know, you have to have about at least 300 to 350,000 naira to buy one industrial sewing machine. So you now think of someone who probably wants to buy 2 or 3. You're talking about over ₦1 million. But the one that really stood out to me the most was mannequins. I never realized, I've always known mannequins were expensive, but I never realized that they were now so expensive. One mannequin costs almost 250,000 naira for one. And I'm like, my goodness, one. So I'm thinking to myself, if you want to start a fashion business, you really need to have some good amount of money. And in this day and age where you don't really have institutions or banks that really support, startups like that, you're like wondering how. Now I understand when a lady asked me some time ago this year that she started a fashion business and she had to borrow money from family and friends to start the business. And since she started, she's not really been making sales. Business hasn't been coming like that for her. And because she took money from family and friends, she's not under a lot of pressure, but they're saying to her that she should just close the business because she's not making money. How do you start? How do you break even? I don't know. If you're buying, I really don't know, but I still stand on the answer that I gave the lady that day, which was just go out there and market your business like your life depends on it. That's the only way out, because these prices are not coming down. These prices, well, from experience and the length of time I've been in business, they're not coming down. They're going to be on this price point for some time before they eventually now go up at some point. And only God knows when that will be. But like I always say in all my videos of starting fashion businesses, I always advise people to start small. This alone is even a reason to make someone start small, because if you're buying a sewing machine for that price, you're buying mannequins and dress forms for exorbitant amounts of money. The best thing to do is to start small and then scale. After a while, when you have built your client base, then you start to look for ways to scale, and then you build your business that way. And you may say, oh, I'm talking about mannequins, you are trying to start a fashion business, you don't have any plans or intentions to get a store. That's fine, but sometimes you don't necessarily have to have a store to have a mannequin. Mannequin is like the basic, because once you finish sewing, you want to wear it on your mannequin. You can use your mannequin for different things, to see how the garment fits, to just look at different things about what you have made, either a mannequin or a dress form, either of the two or both of them all together. They're both very important. They're both very, very important. I can't believe that mannequins cost that much. I have 6 mannequins behind me, 2 behind the wall there, 4 there, and I have 1 here. That's about 7. And if I were to buy them now, my goodness. Now I see the reason why a lot of things are the way they are. Because I've been making some observations in the last 1 year, and I noticed quite a few things, but I'll do a video about that at a later time. So I hope you were able to learn a thing or two from this video. I can't actually say how much it will cost to start a fashion business, but I know it's going to cost a lot of money in Nigeria, because this video, I don't even know if it was a rant or if it was a knowledge-based video, but I don't know. But if you enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. And so I will see you soon. Bye.